Hello, hi everybody. Welcome to the Christmas special live stream of SunnySide development stuff. My name is Rainy Siavash. You guys know me for either. Joining me today is Sydney, as usual. Is it this way or is it this way? This way. The narrative
Yep, that
director
way.
slash producer of SunnySide slash everything else. Yes, welcome everybody. Hello. Why is the chat box not working?
Because it's not a RainyGames live stream if we don't have technical
If you
difficulties.
don't have technical difficulties,
It's our hallmark at this point.
hello, welcome. So, per
Hi,
usual,
everybody.
if we have any, oh, there we go. The chat. Oh, it needs to populate, of course. If if we have any technical difficulties with the audio, let us know. That's one area that we can't really keep good track of. But
Let us know if we're balanced. I feel like I'm always insanely loud or insanely quiet. There's no in between.
Yeah, I am usually insanely quiet. So I'm like, I got the microphone right in my mouth, and it's so much closer to my mouth than it actually shows in the camera, which is great. So,
Those Rainy cuts out sometimes. Maybe mic sensitivity.
yeah, it's I don't have a gate or anything on it. Actually, let me see if I do. I'll check for you guys. Filters. Ooh, edit filters. Ooh, there's a gate. I'm gonna delete that gate. There we go. I should not cut out anymore. Right.
Cool.
So, the video that you guys just saw, shout out to Matt and crew for putting together, and crew for putting together the new night theme for SunnySide winter. It's a different one. Our winter theme for night was a different one, and Sydney had an idea to make it a bit more jazzy and a bit more upbeat than it sounded. I know it still sounds a bit emotional and melancholy, but we decided to change it up.
I just wanna I don't know. I don't want to say clarify because that's not right. But the idea was essentially that all of our day music for the seasons was like upbeat, and then the night music was like slow and chill. But the idea was for winter was to kind of reverse it, so making it feel cold and chilly and not as awesome, I guess, during the day, and then at night have it be a little bit more warm and inviting, kind of evoke those feelings of like being by the fire with hot cocoa and having snow outside, and I think it worked. As soon as we said that and Matt went to his team and everything, like they killed it. Awesome.
So shout out to Jellyfox slash Matt Thompson for composing the music. Saxophone was DeMarco Johnson. Keys was Mandy Funderburg. And DeMarco Johnson was keys. Mandy Funderburg was upright bass. And Max Devoren was saxophone. So, yes, I have a sheet full of players now because our music is getting finalized.
All the live
and
people.
We have...
Awesome.
Do you have a quick count of how many live players now we have in the whole soundtrack? I think it's easily like 15 people now.
Probably.
Right about.
I think. Yeah, it's there's a lot of crossover and then Matt filling in a lot of spots, so there's a lot of specialists and then Matt doing a little bit of everything. But yeah, and then that's not counting the people who are mixing it, people who are mastering it. So yeah, that OST is gonna have quite the credits list by the time we're done with it.
We're not good streamers if you don't say hi to people. So hi, Dr. D-Rub, hi, Rain, Vanessa, Greedy Dragon. Nice to see you. I think you missed a few streams, so it's good to see you here. Kim, I saw you earlier. Hi.
Grandpa Marky's in here too.
Grandpa Marky,
for a while. Some of our team is in here.
Homestead
Ren's
Hero.
Here. Hi, Ren.
Thank you, Homestead Hero, for always.
We can't.
Yeah, backing us no matter where SunnySide is.
Your tweets are the best, man. And then is our buddy in here yet? Where is he? I don't think he's in here yet.
Which one?
No. Pat? Is it Pat?
Oh, Pat Anderson.
Pat Anderson?
Yeah.
Our buddy?
Waiting for our buddy.
He became our buddy without him even knowing that it happened.
Bless him. Yeah, but you know what? I think we were watching the videos of him streaming SunnySide when it came out.
Yeah.
And we were just thinking we did not give Pat enough of a shout out back when he actually streamed. So we're going to have to make up for it. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Right, so let's get on with the list. The list. One more thing to do with the video that you guys just saw. So there was a nice little art of Cat and Nat at the end next to it saying Happy Holidays. That is now a wallpaper for you guys to download if you like. It's Christmassy wallpaper. I'll be honest, we had a few more art pieces planned for Christmas, but in the interest of working on the game, instead we had to say no to them. So we just had to say do one. So sorry, Liz. Sorry, Lauren. We didn't get to do the extra pieces of art. But the one that they did is now posted in... Where is it? Game updates or announcements?
I'm about to do it.
Okay.
It's going to be an announcement.
All right. Sydney's just dropping into the announcement. So I know you guys love the wallpapers. And it's a portrait one. I'm sorry. We had, as I said, we had landscape ones too for like your PC. But we only managed to do the portrait one. So, yeah, it's great for phones. Feel free to download it as soon as it's posted.
Bam.
Yeah.
Enjoy, everybody.
Okay, so we have
Smash this download button.
It's a good one, and I think I made it 1080. It was 4K, but I don't know why I squished it to 1080, but I guess it's
and
a
then
smaller file.
I should also say, as normal, the
Access denied.
Q&A.
No, did you not download it?
I didn't download it.
Oh, you should have downloaded it. I didn't make it public.
I don't have time. I just shared the link that you gave me.
That's fine. All right, you go ahead. Actually, what you were gonna say, I'll
what I was gonna say is that the live stream Q&A channel is up. So if you have a question and you post it in chat and I miss it, go post it in the Discord because.
Well, you guys are gonna have to look at Sydney not being Sydney for just a moment as I post the new wallpaper.
Took over my screen.
There you guys go.
I'm not upset.
Yeah. And big announcement at the end of the stream.
I'm all like wonky now.
We like doing that because Discord is weird. Right. So let us get on with the business stuff. I think I have talked enough. So Sydney, why don't you go ahead and fill us in with the latest stuff regarding business and PR with SunnySide.
Yeah. Make sure that link that I did post is live, that people can actually use it. I just posted the Google Drive link.
Ooh.
I was supposed to do that. So you might want to fix that real quick. While he fixes that.
Wait, what am I fixing?
Okay, so make sure that the link that I just posted for the wallpaper is something people can actually access.
Yes, that would be a good idea.
Because I just posted the link that you gave me without checking it first.
That would be good.
So like Rainy said, big announcement at the end of the stream. Q&A channel is up and running. We're not going to do like a live Q&A at the end of the stream today because we did one for October. So sorry. But yeah, so some updates for everybody. This is my job. Could be louder. I can do this. Put this next to my face. Chat real quick. Okay. So, let's see. Our first thing is not really. It's not an announcement, but just kind of a reminder, I guess, for anybody who's missed it, is that with Merge, we have been doing some Let's Play videos recently. There was one a couple months ago. There was one for November. There's going to be another one for December soon. We don't know when he's posting it because we don't control that. Our social media guy over at Merge does. So my guess is next week, maybe. I don't know. I think before the new year. I don't really know. But there's going to be another one. So that'll be 3. So the first one was with our product manager, that's Callum, which if you guys have been watching our live streams, you guys have met him. And then the second one was with Rainy himself, which I think is right here. Yeah, so Rainy did the second one. It was fun. We counted how many times he cheated while playing the game.
I had to. God freaking damn it.
And then the next one is a surprise. No, it's kind of a surprise. We decided to do a few members of the team. So it's me and some people on the art team and some people on the modeling team, and it was a lot of fun. So yeah, so if you haven't gone and watched those, go watch them. I can drop some links. They're on the Merge YouTube channel, but I'll drop some links here in the chat for anybody who missed them. And then if you're not subscribed to the Merge channel, I would go subscribe. because you'll get notifications when they post more of those. And then we're also going to obviously post them in our Discord and stuff. So, yeah. So, Rainy, did you have fun doing those? The Let's Play?
Yeah, no, it was great. So the version that Callum played, unfortunately, we didn't give him a updated version of the game to play. So it was great to play an updated version of the game and cleanse everybody's eyes with some new upgraded visuals. So no, it was really fun, and I'm looking forward to the release of the new one.
So am I.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Just so you guys know how big, not big, how cool of an announcement we're doing today. The announcement is part of the video as well. So we say how we announce what we're going to announce today in that video that is going to come out later. So you definitely don't want to leave this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next stuff. So more just kind of silly stuff that I want to get out of the way. But we have a new game in the Discord. If anybody hasn't been around for it. It's called Spot the Gabe, or Where's Gabe, or Find Gabe. We haven't really settled on a title yet. It's not really important. But basically, we have some new people on the team who are working on the map. It's not just me anymore. And when we are working on the map and we're placing stuff, we put down what we called a Gabe for scale. So it's a little Gabe T-pose model. And he's there to make sure that cars are the right size and buildings aren't too big, and it helps us keep everything to scale. So the whole game is scaled literally to Gabe. Every once in a while we'll put one down and forget about him, and we'll find them later. And so it just kind of became a joke. So Laura on our team decided to make a little game out of it, and so now she's placing them on purpose and hiding them. And then she went and took a bunch of pictures. And she did some Spot the Gapes. So we ran our first one. We'll run a second one after the stream. I'll put up a new one. And you guys can just go goof around and go find Gabe. It's better if you hide your answer so it doesn't spoil it for everybody.
Yes, spoil tag him. I like Gaze Upon Gabe, Doctor.
Gaze Upon Gabe.
That's a good one.
Gaze the Gabe.
Definitely does sum up the whole community.
It really does. But yeah, so if you are interested in playing the game, you need to join our Discord and then go to our passport section and make sure you choose the role for Where's Gabe so that you get notified when those go live so that you can play them. Small little thing, our Discord roles got updated, so if you haven't seen that, go reselect your roles because that's really important if you want to get notified for stuff. So, okay, so one other thing that I want to get out of the way is I feel like because you guys have met him, we need to talk about this. It's not like a bad thing. It's a bad thing, but it's not a bad thing. So you guys all know Callum, our product manager. He did a stream with us once and he live reacted to seeing our skill trees for the first time and freaked out. It was a great moment. Callum works for Merge, and so he was assigned to us as our product manager, which means he does the marketing plans and helping us figure out how the world perceives our product, which is SunnySide. Callum has left Merge to go work for another publishing company. I don't remember who it is, so it's somebody good. There was no ill will or bad blood or anything. He just got a really awesome opportunity and decided to take it. So Callum is no longer with us. So let's all mourn Callum for a moment.
So he's dead.
He's dead to us now. So we have a new product manager. His name is Craig. He just started with us. So far he is awesome, but we haven't really gotten to do much with him. So hopefully the next few months, whatever, are going to be great. But yeah, so he cheated on us. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
I got to say, I was going to go with a really PR answer and be like, oh, we wish him the best. No, but seriously, he did great for SunnySide, and I personally do wish him the best. I did send him a message too.
Same.
At his future endeavors. So yeah, all the best to Callum. And now we have a new product manager. And I guess should we like introduce him, or will he like introduce himself in Discord, or?
I don't know. It's up to him. Yeah. So, he's a cool guy. He comes with a wealth of experience. He's been doing this kind of thing for a very, very long time, and Merge definitely gave us their best, really, to make sure that we're well taken care of. So, but yeah, unfortunately, you guys are right. It does mean that we can't blame Callum for everything anymore.
True.
So, and we haven't really gotten permission yet to blame Craig. So in the meantime, you guys can blame me. I'm okay with that. And then as soon as Craig's okay with being blamed, we'll just blame Craig. That's probably how it'll go.
Also, hey B-Dog, it's so nice to see you actually. I just saw your comments on there. So yeah, how's it going, man? Nice to see you around.
Oh, yo, bro, what's up?
Yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know, B-Dog was one of our QA people way back when. Hey, man.
Right. So next up, we have...
me.
I'll take the next one. So
you can take the next one because I know you're very excited about it. Something you've worked very hard on. It's something you've been wanting for a long time.
Yeah.
And so it's only right that you be allowed to talk about it.
Thank you. So you guys have probably seen it already and met him if you caught his streams. But we do have a new programmer for SunnySide that has been taking a lot off of my shoulders, and to be honest, making things possible to begin with, because I do have a lot on my plate and it is hard to jump between so many different things. So to have a second brain that actually fills a lot of the gaps that I have in programming and other stuff is fantastic. For instance, I specialize in UI design, and Charles, which is the new person, I'm going to go through it in a minute, specializes a lot in material stuff and animation, especially animation. Great work on animation. So this new person is Charles, Prismatica Dev, aka if you are an Unreal dev, you most likely have heard of him because he makes legendary tutorials that I followed from back when SunnySide was just going on Kickstarter. So me messaging Charles for the first time goes back to when before the Kickstarter was happening. So actually Charles was the person that helped me figure out the whole snow situation with SunnySide, which impressed a lot of you. That wasn't all me. So big shout out to him for back then. And now
credit where credit is due.
Credit where credit's due. And we were in desperate need of a second programmer that could have the exact skill set that Charles does. And I was looking around. I was like, should I ask him? He's probably busy with his own game. He's probably busy making streaming all day, not all the damn day. So I messaged him, and he was available, and he gladly wanted to take the opportunity to get some experience working on a different game than the one he's making. Anyway, I don't want to introduce him too much because I want to leave some of it to himself. So this is a triple screen stream. From here on out. So there we go. Hi, there he is on the right.
Hi, hello. I have been here the whole time, and I've been told not to speak.
Yeah,
but I think now I'm allowed to.
He's allowed. And he brings a cat. So
hello, stranger. Yes, this is
and professional streamer setup too. Like, look at the lighting and the microphone and everything. Damn.
Yeah, right.
Puts us to shame. Yeah. All right, well, take it away. Introduce yourself. How did you get busy with SunnySide? Yeah.
Yeah, well, again, as Rainy said, my name's Charles. I am an Unreal Engine enthusiast, I guess you could say. And yeah, Rainy was just like, hey, do you know anyone that would be able to come and, help with SunnySide with these criteria and blah blah blah, and I was like, oh yeah, I think I know someone. When do you want them to start? Blah blah blah, and yeah, it turns out it was me. So
true.
Yeah, I'm very excited to be working on SunnySide, and I have a few goals. I do want to get the game running on everyone's machines so that the most people can can
Hashtag goals.
play it and enjoy it with the highest visual fidelity. And yeah, just a lot of other cool stuff. I won't go too far into what I've been working on because I think the other guys want to talk about that later in the stream. So I won't spoil everything. But
No spoilers.
yeah, I've been having a lot of fun, having lots and lots of fun. So
Good.
thanks for having me on the stream.
Yeah, of course. And as Charles said briefly, he will be actually delving into some of the stuff that he's been working on. You guys have seen snippets of it on Twitter and Discord. It's all the cool vehicle stuff. But we will go in depth on that. And yeah, from this point forward, Charles is just gonna sit here. Charles. He's gonna sit here with us. Right. So, oh god, next one.
Okay, so the next thing, just for the record, Rainy's mission in life is to stress me out literally as much as possible.
True.
And so today, about 2 hours before the stream, I get a message from him saying, "Hey, I have a surprise for you. I'm going to show it to you on the stream." So, I know a little bit about what's coming up next, but not a lot. And I just want you guys to know that he did this with a big burst of inspiration. And I'm told it's a gift to the whole team.
Kind of.
Right?
Yeah, so, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got the idea about 2-3 hours ago. So I had about an hour and a half to put it together. It's a montage of everything that has happened to SunnySide from the start to this point. Because I had such a short time, I have missed key points in development, and I have also missed introduction of a few people to the team. So I apologize to the team firstly for that. It's not because I forgot about you guys. It's because I couldn't find the footage in time to put it in there. And the video, as I said, it's a montage of everything that happened to SunnySide from pre-Kickstarter to now. And the video might be a little bit scuffed at points with the editing. And I don't know, DaVinci might have...
thrown together.
DaVinci might have messed up the rendering in the middle. So we're all going into this blind. So, but, I had the idea and I was like, I was banging my head against the wall thinking, why didn't I have this idea like a week ago? Because it makes perfect sense. So we're going to go ahead. It's a 10-minute long video. And as I said, it's a compression of a lot of key points in the SunnySide development for the past 2 years, pretty much. Yeah, and Cindy hasn't seen it. Nobody's seen it. I hope you guys enjoy. Let us go and watch.
I'm going to turn on the sound on the stream side because I can't hear it on your side. So
all right, well, everybody enjoy. This started about a year ago, and this game started as a mobile game. I even started a Kickstarter for this game. Suffice to say, it failed quite miserably. So, flushing all of that away, COVID happened, and I lost my job, and I was stuck at home. And this little project of mine kind of came back to life. Since the days of GameSpy and Game Maker, and even RPG Maker, I wanted to make a farming RPG with my own characters, with my own spin on it. And it's been way too long, and I think it's about time that I start doing it. everyone.
Alright, boys, time to sabotage the stream.
Oh, please don't. Alright. There's like 20 of you here. Holy shit.
Dude, we've been here, man.
Yeah.
3, 2,
1. Yeah.
It's actually
Thanks,
streamers on
everyone.
TikTok.
Oh, there we go. We got some
That's
confetti.
clear audio we're having right now.
Welcome to the third dev stream of SunnySide. We got ourselves a character modeler. His name is Alan. But one more thing that I'm quite proud of is the textures that we have, the material that we have. As you can see, it's very comic-y. This is the debug map, as I've mentioned before. And this is our character, and you can have a look at his animations now. We have got ourselves a new concept artist, and she joined the project last week. Her name is Kayori. She's on Discord now, and she started working on Catherine. So that's why I asked Kayori to do this. I'm really thrilled with these. I love them. Absolutely love them. You guys might know FemChef from the server. I'm just happy to announce to you guys that you guys already know that she's our community manager, but just recently she has been promoted, or for the lack of a better word, she's joined our team as a project manager. And yeah, if you want to say hi.
Oh, hello, everybody.
And yeah, so this is Gabriel in all of his glory with his little chest hair. So you might be wondering, how are we going to water those? So what do you think you do in your typical farming game? Watering can, right? You have a watering can, you get the watering can out, you fill it, and then you go water stuff. Well, no. We removed the watering can from the game completely. There's no watering can in the game. Here we have a water hose, right? A garden hose. I'm gonna click on it, and then I got it. It's in my hand now. Drag it out. It kind of retracts, so you can take it with you. And I just water them. There we go. And this is our solution to watering. I think this is a good little advancement in farming games. So this one is a big one because we had, of course, a huge surge of new interest in SunnySide, thanks to Dr. D-Dub. Before we get into the meat of the actual game, I wanted to introduce a few new members in our team. Our team at RainyGames is really growing, actually, really quickly. You guys have already met Ren. He streamed making a chicken the other day. So we have another generalist. His name is Ken. He's working on the crops and stuff. We have a animal concept artist. Her name is Lily. She is basically outlines all these animals that Ren will model. We have a really interesting role that I'm so proud to say is part of our team. Dante is a linguist. So here they are, the cows. They have already... Where's the food? Let's just fill this up. So they're drinking some water, as they do. I think they just have their food.
Oh, they look so good.
Oh, I forgot to...
God.
It's called SunnySide. I know, very creative. We open it up, and I'm gonna buy some... We have an offer for potatoes. If you open build mode, it goes to our drone that we get from Hero in game. So SunnySide, as you guys know, we still haven't publicly announced a publisher that is working with us. One of the reasons is that because we're still talking with a few publishers actively, and we haven't fully finalized a public sort of contract to come up with and announce that. Our latest member, his name is Kai, and he is helping with the development on the programming side of things. Right, so we are actually going to jump into the game. Hooray, finally. I'm just going to actually run it off Steam. We have our influencer alpha that goes out next week to the influencers that contacted us and asked for a key round, but we're doing our best to hammer them out and just give you guys a game that is memorable and you guys can enjoy for years to come.
That's gorgeous! Oh, that light was cool.
Oh boy! Wow, that was a lightning strike. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to the beach. We're going to the beach.
Because I could just... that strike. How great is that?
Dude, the lightning in this game!
So we're actually really happy to announce who our publisher is. That's our big announcement.
It's a pleasure to be on stream. Thanks for inviting me on, guys. I'm really excited to be here.
But we didn't. It kind of came together. So you go to the
It literally
shrine.
just happened. Yeah.
You go to the shrine, and then you kind of access this area. And this will have more interaction with it, because this is actually the place you pray in an actual Shinto shrine. But then you get this nice view of the tree. Camera goes up, turns into this inside view of the tree. And then we will have different limbs based on different skills. So we have 10 of them. Stuff like farming, cooking, crafting, resource gathering, social.
Sorry, I could see Callum's face still, and the look on his face.
So good. Why have I not seen this?
Have you not?
What? I've not seen this.
I mean,
What
there you
the
guys
hell?
go. There, you're back in the stream. Callum's back.
What?
Oh,
Well,
that was
so good.
This is how you
I
get
just
the
looked
skills.
up and he was like, "Oh my god!"
Wow. Yeah, you guys should start showing me stuff more. That's awesome. I heard about it, obviously, but oh, that was so cool.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey guys, what's up? Why don't you introduce yourselves and
Hey, guys.
tell us a little bit about yourselves and the game. That looked amazingly cozy.
So we kind of want to start with the big picture and just ask you, how would you define the game studio? How would you define SunnySide, and what's the goal behind the game?
That's a tough one even for us. So, game started as like Persona X Harvest Moon, but then it just kind of went so much further beyond that. We got inspiration from games like Yakuza even. And I think at this point I can say SunnySide is a Japanese-inspired RPG with a farming element to it. It's like a life sim with a farming element to it.
I will 100% be smashing hours playing this game, especially in the late hours. I love cozy games like this. This is my absolute vibe. So thank you for making this.
We are back live, but we're just gonna let Cindy finish the video. So
I'm still watching.
okay.
Fair.
Uh,
I'm crying.
I actually was crying. Thanks a lot, Rainy. What you guys didn't see is me in the background, just like doing this the whole time, trying to not look like a mopey mess.
So that was a good 1 hour spent, I would say. We needed that video. So thank you everybody for backing SunnySide on Kickstarter, for backing SunnySide on BackerKit, for uploading that Reddit post on Reddit, for every big and little thing that you guys have done, I thank you. And a big thank you to the team as well, everybody in the team, for making this possible. I mean, this video really showcased how small SunnySide was and what it has become now. So it really puts things into perspective, quite literally. So I'm glad you all enjoyed. Sorry for that huge gap in the middle. I didn't realize. But other than that, it was actually pretty smooth.
I was joking that the big gap was to reflect like everything between the alpha and like now, because we just went dark for like 6 months of just like working our butts off on the game. And now we get to show you everything. And so, oh man, I told Rainy, he showed me like the beginning part of it before the stream, and I told him that first stream that he did, I've watched like probably 15 times because I like to go back and like, okay, what did Rainy promise everybody and what do I need to fulfill? And so I go back and I watch it all the time. And it's really incredible. Not just the art, but everything of like seeing it, how it started and then like how it's evolved. And I think what surprises me the most is the fact that all of you guys have stuck with us through all of that and not been like, oh, it looks different, I don't want to back this game anymore, or, you know, it's not the cute little Vroid models or whatever anymore. And people have just kind of been like, you guys just kind of believe in it and you have stuck with us, and that alone is what continues to shock me. And then Charles over here just stealing the show with cats.
True. It's just almost 6 a.m. here, so they want to go outside and, you know, cause a ruckus.
Dad.
Thanks for sticking with us. And Andy just said, yes, shout out to everybody else in the team that was not mentioned in that video. Yeah, you guys are amazing. And thank you for putting so much effort and love into this game. Everybody in the team has so much passion for the game, and it's crazy.
There are two kinds of games that have game and games that don't.
True.
And it's funny, every time I wear this shirt, people are always like, I want one! Where do I get my RainyGames shirt?
I should have worn mine. Mine is in the bedroom.
Yeah, I feel like you always wear
mine's
that
a difficult
shirt.
Yeah, I call like this. Mine is a difficult color to see though. Like it's dark blue and then it's gray on top. I thought it'd be cool and subtle, but it was just invisible. So
yep. We've been talking about RainyGames shirts. Okay, it might happen. We'll see if we can work out the logistics and we'll see what we can do. But anyway, now that I'm done being emotional about.
Yes, let's actually move on with
let's actually do the stream
stuff. Yes. Okay. Stream time. Yeah.
This is all you, Rainy. We're going to talk about some art.
We're going to talk about some art. So, as you guys know, all the characters in the game have seasonal outfits, and one of the things that you guys really haven't seen much of, we have shown glimpses of it here and there, but we never really properly shown the seasonal outfits for the characters, either in 3D form or in the actual portraits that Kaori makes. So we have a nice collection of them today to go through, so let's have a look.
Yeah, you guys have seen the concept art, but Kaori has spent the last month or two doing the portraits, which seasonal outfits is one of those things that like you feel like is just default and just everybody should have it, but I kind of want everybody to understand how much effort has gone into just changing the clothing for every season. So you have 4 seasons, right? And then we have 30 some odd characters. So that's 30 times 4. It's 120 models, portraits, and then not just that, but the portraits each have 7 or 8 expressions. So now you're multiplying that by all the expressions. And then we also have some extra outfits if they have an outfit for their job or if they have a date outfit or what we call our special. So like we're talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of portraits of models, like thousands of dollars just to get seasonality into the game. So it seems like something that's so simple and so easy, but I never really appreciated it until we went and did it. And now looking back on it, it's just like, holy, what an endeavor this has been. So really excited to show it to you guys. Additionally, we have redesigned Cat.
Yes, that's what I was getting to. So, right, there's a little bit of a history that goes behind Cat's redesign. So, Cat was one of the very first models I added to the trailer. I kind of had concepted all the other characters. So, like Lucy and Gabe were concepted a long time ago. That was brainchild of Lauren and myself, essentially getting inspired by The Last of Us and other dad figures. You know, we knew he was gonna work, so we did it anyway. Daddy figures. So, but Cat was never really a concepted character at all. I was looking for Vroid characters to put into the trailer, and there was a template for a girl in there, and he was unfortunately a schoolgirl. So I just grabbed her and put it in there, and people liked it so much. So Cat started pretty much there. So, but there was always a bit.
And then I came along.
Well, yeah. But that aside, there was always a problem with Cat, and it's that she looked like a schoolgirl. She's not a schoolgirl. She goes to the uni. She's an adult. We do not want to insinuate anything weird. So, yeah, I never liked the fact that she still had a schoolgirl outfit. And even though the poor narrative team tried to explain it in a few different ways, we just decided to redesign it. So these are Cat's new portraits. We decided to kind of keep the style a little bit, but instead of going with the schoolgirl uniform, kind of go with more of a J fashion style, which is actually has a lot of elements from like different uniforms. This is her 3D model. As you can see, this is what will replace the main one. And although she is still inheriting the skirt, that's pretty much the only thing that is left from the previous outfit. The rest of it is completely new.
Just to give you guys kind of an idea, so myself and Kaori do all of the character design. I tell her what to do, she does it, basically. And so, well, let me rephrase that. Kaori pulls images out of my head like a freaking magician is what Kaori does. And so when it came to, she and I talked a lot, and it was just kind of a, okay, here's this problem with Cat, is that she looks young. And I think the whole team has expressed that we hate in anime when they have characters who look like they're 10. They're like, oh, I'm a 300-year-old witch. It's okay. And so we didn't want that for Cat either. And so I asked, Kaori and I talked about it, and it was, do we want to redesign her? Do we have time? And if we do it, what's it going to look like? So Kaori did a whole bunch of research, and she found that there's actually this fashion type in Japan of people who retrofit their old school uniforms and make them not uniforms. So they'll take pieces and kind of punk them out a little bit or add things and make them more adult. So we chased that design for Cat instead. So she did a whole bunch of research, gave me a bunch of images. We went through, decided what we thought was going to work best, and then Kaori came up with all the designs. So we wanted her to keep, like Rainy said, that kind of schoolgirl feel, but more, we want her to look like an edgy art student, because that's what she is. She's an edgy art student. And so she's not that cute little, oh, you know, schoolgirl. She's got a side to her, and we wanted her design to reflect that. So yeah, just want to say that. Kaori did a great job.
We have a few more to go through, so let's just go through the rest. Gabe is one of the ones that had an outfit, and you guys might have caught this little one over here. Definitely. You know what this gives me? This gives me Red Dead Redemption vibes. Like, very...
True.
Very
because you're not American.
No, but also...
You're not American, see anything that looks remotely Western, and you're like, that looks like Red Dead Redemption.
I don't know if Red Dead was
that
out.
That looks like a cowboy.
I don't know if Red Dead was out at the time, but if it was, and Lauren, correct me if I'm wrong, I think another inspiration for Gabe was the character from Red Dead Redemption 2, Arthur Morgan. But I could be wrong about that, or maybe it was just Joel from The Last of Us. Anyway, let's continue. It's dangerous to stay on.
That one's, I will say, that outfit. So, Gabe 2 was also designed completely by Kaori, Lauren, and Rainy. And so for that last outfit, that was me getting involved and being like, hey, Kaori, he needs a date outfit. Let's make one. And we went hard. We were, let's make him as thirst trappy as absolutely possible. And we succeeded.
You know,
so I'm very excited about that one.
This outfit is so cute on Hero.
Oh,
And
yeah, I love
and I love
Heroes.
his little earring
Yeah.
as well.
Hero Special came out really well too.
So adorable.
Yeah, a lot of the original characters got updated special outfits, or day outfits. And they're great. Except for her, she didn't get one.
Sokka, well, yeah, specials are mostly, as Cindy mentioned, for like dateable characters.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, I already have a background music. Oh, I didn't know. I have a background music playing without me even touching it. Yeah. So
Love it.
Kazuki, real nice.
He doesn't change much.
Well, yeah. Lucy's
Lucy's
always
great.
a favorite, and hers are just fantastic. And actually, there are some models too. This is, for instance, the model for Lucy. When we go through some of the work in the engine, I'll show you guys some cool physics work that Charles has brought to the table, and I can see us being able to do that with Lucy's little purse, actually. So maybe
Very
it jiggles
true.
around when she walks around. That'd be fun.
That would be cute, yeah.
Yeah.
A good kind of.
The
good
good
physics.
kind of jiggle physics, yeah. Charles just makes like everything so easy to approach, so thanks for that. We will move on to Sebastian, another fan favorite. Seb's great.
Seb's been fun to work on. For anybody who's played Persona 5, when Rainy first told us about the character and what he wanted for him, he described Yusuke from Persona 5. And I watched a couple videos of that, and I was like, this guy's a tool. I don't want to design a character who's like this guy. If you don't have the the context of Persona 5, you don't appreciate that character, Rainy. Yusuke. Like, you need to play the game to really get a feel for his
He's
character.
a really
and
weird
so
character.
yeah, and so we're gonna put more of that into Sebastian. But we tried a little bit, and he's fun. He's so much fun to write, and designing, like, his whole design was about like how much color can we throw at the wall all at once and see what happens, and it's been so much fun.
Seb's new pose, that's a very good thing you noticed, because we did change.
That is a really good shout.
Yeah, we did change the arm rotation or orientation, as well as the head in certain postures, and that's for everybody.
Yeah.
If they have their hand on the screen, or if they have like head movement, we exaggerate.
It's been
quite a
bit of a headache for Kaori, because she's had to go back and actually move heads and stuff. But yeah, so now their heads, it's not just their eyes and their mouths that are changing with the expressions. It's full head movement, and the hair, I think, in some instances too. And she's done an incredible job of making these portraits look a little bit more lively and a little bit more interactive, and so you feel like you're actually talking to somebody. It's great.
Can we take a moment to appreciate Xander's special? It's so funky. I love it. He's got so much style. Because like normally, what he wears is pretty normal. Casual.
Yeah.
And then he just comes out with that, and you're like, what the hell?
Dress up. Yep.
80s just
Gotta
walked
put
in.
it on.
I love him.
So good.
It's great.
I love that plum jacket.
Same with Fuyukaze. Although Fuyukaze kind of always has extra style. I feel like actually for his special, he's going for a cleaner, more minimalistic look, and it's really good.
We went hard Japanese for that one, as far as style. So that is like straight out of, I think, a J Fashion magazine or something that Kaori pulled, and it's a great outfit. I really like it. Well, you haven't even seen his shoes. His shoes are the best part.
Oh yeah, true. That doesn't show up in here. Kyle, which unfortunately could not attend this stream, we are going to have him in our hearts because he's
here in spirit.
Yeah, he had to go see Santa because kids are a thing. So bless
Kids are a
him,
thing.
and we wish him the best
Kids exist.
amongst other kids. That must be very taxing. So best to you, Kyle, when you watch the VOD. And yeah, a lot of people thirst over Kyle, so you're welcome.
It was weird for all of us.
Weird for him, probably most of all.
Yeah. We're all like, stop, guys.
I gotta say, I think we've shown this before, but Josh without his hat looks so much like Ryuji from Persona 5.
He does.
And I
really
don't
does.
think that was intentional.
It wasn't on
at
purpose.
all.
No.
Yeah.
No, not even close.
Because his character is not very much like Ryuji either at all, is he? I don't think.
Not even a little bit.
Not even
no.
a little bit, exactly.
Oh yeah, that was the first time
Right.
Ryder had seen all the outfits.
Oh yeah,
On Fuyukaze. Yeah. So for anybody who doesn't know, Ryder X, who's in our chat, Fuyukaze is his character. And yeah, dude, you asked for the hat. We gave you the hat, man. Ask you shall receive.
Yeah. Speaking of Kickstarter backers and
Yep.
citizen characters, here's another one, Ryan. So Mez, if you're in the chat, here is your character. What have we done with him for his seasonal outfits?
We haven't, unfortunately, heard from Mez in a while. I think he just got really busy with life. So we kind of just like took care of his character and gave him some love. And he might be a little bit disconnected from what Mez had originally intended, but I think he's turned into a way cooler character than what we had originally designed. So
That's
I really like
very
him.
accurate. Yeah. I would say so. Alan, another citizen character. Yep.
That's another one that we kind of took over. His owner is in the military and very busy, and so and didn't really care. He just wanted to have a character in the game and say it was his. So we got to have a lot of fun with Alan, and we gave him. We've updated his story too recently, and his character design is just flawless. I love it. So that's Alan's one of my favorites. He looks great.
Does look great. And then next up we have Anahita, my favorite, my Persian insert or one-off.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she looks great. Her hair still to this day is fantastic.
Her hair's great.
Coop asks, are there any ace characters?
Yes, kind of. It's something that we decided. We've done a lot of thinking about this and how we want to do this because we are tapping into different sexualities. And what we decided on the writing side was that we are going to have ace characters, there are gay characters, there are bisexual characters, but we don't want their whole character to be about the fact, or it to be about their sexuality, really. We don't want it to be, oh, that's the ace guy. It doesn't feel, I don't know, genuine to us. So are there, yes. Are we going to like talk about it and make a big deal about it and like flaunt them around as like, oh, look, our gay. No, we just don't want to do it.
And
it feels like pandering and we don't want to do it.
We do have...
sorry, Doc. Ace is asexual.
Yes. We do
Anything
have somebody in our team that is asexual. And they have been... I mean, I'm not going to say who it is in case they don't want to talk about it. But they have been... and I'm... this is besides the narrative team. This is just me personally. It's been really eye-opening or interesting, I guess, hearing from like what is it like to be asexual at all. So I think with that knowledge now, I totally understand the take that the narrative team is taking and like the direction they're going at. And I think it's a fantastic one. It's kind of like how it is IRL, I suppose. Not somebody's personality isn't all about their sexuality. It's not all about if they're a vegetarian or if they eat meat or if they're on this social media or that. A person is complex. So
yeah,
it's great to have an asexual character but make their character so much more than, and that's just an attribute that they have alongside everything else.
That's it exactly. Is we wanted, if we have a gay character who also, for instance, Parse is on the screen, so he's a good example. Parse is the only character that we have said, here's his sexuality, because the whole game was designed around making sure we could make this specific character gay. And so he's the only one that we've talked about announced. But with him, we don't want him just to be the gay character. We want him to be the guy who likes martial arts, the guy who has his own dreams, the guy who has his sister, who has family problems, who has all this other stuff that is paramount to his character development, other than, he's the token gay guy. We didn't want his story to be a coming out story. We didn't want it to be about him struggling with his gayness. We didn't want, those stories have been told. We don't need to keep telling them. Let's just tell a story about a character who has a full, healthy life and who is gay, and not have that be just the most important thing. And because everybody's talking about it, yes, his special is shirtless. And the reason is
That was not
is
my
because
decision.
somebody actually called it out. It is his Persian wrestling outfit. So part of his backstory is that he spent some time kind of traveling the world, and one of the things he did was went back home to Iran and spent time with his family and got to tap into more of his Persian roots. And one of the things he brought back with him was a new martial arts style that he'd never really tried before, and he managed to work it into his routine and his weight training and all that. So we gave him the Persian pants. They're pretty dang cool. I'm excited about them. You can't see them in the portrait, but they're on his model and they're awesome. So that's why he's shirtless. He's not just sitting there naked for his dates.
Yeah, I really hope SunnySide become famous so that Pasta becomes a more known name, because it's a favorite name of mine, a Persian name of mine. So yeah, it's a cool one. And the version of Iran in this game is a little bit nicer than what it is IRL.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little
Spoiler,
bit.
Parsa is gay. That's not a spoiler. Everybody knows that. Yeah, Parsa is
it's
gay.
not a spoiler. Yep.
The spoiler is who's the rival romance. That's what we're never going to say.
His rival romance is good.
It is so good. And Coop, yeah, absolutely. I'm so glad to see that. That's actually, honestly, that's our mission. And again, I don't want to sound like, every other PR person, but when you make a JRPG or an RPG, you want to make sure that people can relate, can make themselves in the game as closely as possible to be able to roleplay it. So I'm just happy that we have the ability to do that. When we go to the programming side of stuff today, there'll be some more of an insight.
I know what you're saying.
There'll be more of an insight. It's just that. There'll be more of an insight. We'll look at some actual in-game examples of stuff.
Okay,
right.
I'm okay with that. Okay.
Stephanie. It's nothing outside of the document, don't worry.
I love Stephanie.
Sorry.
Okay. Again, I feel like every stream we just spend way too long gushing about our characters.
I think so.
But I gotta gush about Stephanie for a second. Actually, take that off the screen.
Take what off the screen?
That picture, take it off. It gives something away, and I don't want to.
All right. Well,
thank you.
Stephanie.
Okay. So yes. So
I'm confused. All right.
So with Stephanie,
she and move it to my
is not a character that I came up with or that anybody came up with, and I'm really honestly super ashamed of it. I hate the fact that it took me so long to realize we don't have any black women in the game. I feel stupid for not coming to that conclusion faster. And so Stephanie came about because we were putting Ryder X in the game, his character, and we already had Xander. And it's not that, obviously, not that we don't want to put black people or people of color in our game, because that's dumb, of course we do. But we also have this added complexity of how do we explain them being in Japan? And so we already had Xander, and then we were adding Ryder X. And so we had 2 black men, and then I was Googling, okay, how realistic is this? And so we had to do a whole bunch of research, what can we get away with? And we decided that the best way to make it work was to basically create a family for Fuyukaze, for Ryder X's character. And that's where Stephanie came from. So Ryder X in real life has a brother. He's we can't have 3 plus the dad. We can't have 4 black. That's just, I need a woman. So we made his brother into a sister, which I think I've talked about before. Yeah. And that's where Stephanie came from. And then it was okay, if we're going to do this, we have to do it right. And so I spent a ton of time researching, making sure we portrayed her correctly, we did her hair correctly, making sure we told her story right, making sure we didn't tokenize anything. And we put so much effort and work into just getting her hair right. I think her hair took probably 10 times longer than any other NPC's hair, because we want to make sure it looked good. And I'm so happy with how she developed and what she turned into, because she's an awesome character. And I was writing her story the other day, and I'm super excited about it. So
all right, I'm just going through everybody else, and again, I am reminded by how pretty Hanako is. God damn.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hanako was your character.
True, it was.
And then I took her, and I was we're gonna make her different.
Well, you know what? Carrie was the one that made her so pretty. So
true. Yeah, so true.
Yeah. And actually, one thing I just wanted to quickly mention is that Cindy was talking about the complexity of seasonal outfits. You can see how some characters can have so many different variations.
Miami.
Just because of...
well, with Miami, it became, okay, she has a lab coat. and she needs to wear her
Oh,
lab
it's
coat
okay, that's
over all of her outfits. So every single season also had to have a lab coat variation. Yeah, she was impossible.
And here are some 3D models for you guys. These are done by the fantastic people at Lanet Design. They were a partner company that we were paying to help make models for us for the seasonal outfits. That's how it was possible to begin with. So huge shout out to them. A big thank you to them. They are departing us, or they're ending their help because they're finished pretty much all the characters now. So huge shout out to them. They're fantastic. If you are a game dev and you're looking for a company to help you with asset creation,
Dude, Lanet,
go
man,
to them. Lanet is
they've been amazing.
L-A-N-O-T.
They gave us they gave us a designated artist who picked up our style so fast, and was able to just figure it out and just crank these outfits out.
Wait, I feel like I might
they
have
did a great job.
skipped over. Who are we barking for? Is that Blake? Or perhaps it was both Blake.
Oh,
and
might have been.
Hanako.
I think it was Hanako. Yeah, I think it was
them
Hanako.
two next to each other as well. Yes. Anyway, we're gonna move on because we're gonna spend way too much time on this if we don't.
Show the icons. Show the icons.
Right. So, we have just a. It's just cool to look at, and it also has some cool little hints at different things in the game. Anyway, essentially giving you guys the idea of what's in the game. So these have been done by Lauren and Liz. Some have been done by just Lauren. Some have been done by Lauren and Liz together. And we have recently put together a nice little workflow of making icons. Because just so you guys know, I was looking at the data assets, which is like the files for every inventory item in the game. There were 680 of them. So there's way too many. Yes, so far. That's not even all of them, apparently. So we have come up with a really nice pipeline that is going to include Liz, Lauren, and Andy. So big shout out to them for working on these fantastic looking icons. Yeah, they look great. Well done, you guys.
They do look great.
All right, so Sydney said, "Do not talk about the." No, I'm not gonna do that. So...
I will murder you.
It's like in. I wish I could talk about it, but it's like in caps, bold, with asterisk next to it. Do not talk about the. Yeah.
Thing.
Anyway, we're gonna move on from that whole topic, and now we're gonna talk about music. Since we have showed you guys the little video at the start, some of you might have missed it, some of you might have caught on a bit late, so we were just going to play that again. We used to play OST on every stream, but then we stopped doing that for a period while we were figuring out our marketing plan. But now that we pretty much figured all the stuff out with music, we can now go back to showing more music. So we have a version of the video that you guys saw at the start of the stream without the countdown, and we were just going to play that for you guys, let you guys hear and enjoy the song in its eternity. It also gives us a quick break so that we can have some water and make sure that we can
before
speak.
We get to the good stuff.
Yeah, I have mechanics coming up. We're going to go into the engine, and we also have a big announcement for everybody. So stay with us. We'll be right back after this. All right, hello, welcome back. I feel like it's never enough when we give shout outs to people who worked on everything that was in that video. So shout out to Matt and crew for the fantastic music, and shout out to Laura and Liz for putting together all those fantastic decorations in the map. And everything that you guys saw was me today capturing them in engine, going around. So when the game comes out and it's Christmas time, yes, that's how the town's gonna look like. And you know, Laura and I were talking yesterday. It's funny how crazy Japan goes for Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, we were talking, if you go to somebody who's just completely unaware of like what Japan does during the holidays and ask them, so what do you think Japanese people celebrate during Christmas? I don't think they would say Christmas. And then you can go on and ask them again, what do you think Japanese people eat during Christmas? Do you know the answer
You'd
to
be
this?
wrong. Anything you guess is going to be wrong unless you actually know the answer.
If you guys don't know, it's KFC. Japanese
KFC.
people celebrate Christmas like so widely, and they all get KFC. It's like the most American thing you can do.
Do you know why?
I'm guessing it's something that happened post-war or something.
No, it's a marketing campaign.
Of course it is.
It was
Santa's a
literally the marketing
campaign.
guy. It was literally the marketing guy for KFC.
Oh,
who
wow.
basically just told them, like, yeah, everybody in America eats KFC for Christmas. Like, you don't know. And it caught on and literally became a thing. And now it's just what everybody does.
I'm actually impressed a lot of you guys knew that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, KFC and cake. Yep, that's it. That's Christmas.
But the fact that
amazing.
Japan celebrates Christmas so vividly was great, because we could easily utilize that and just decorate the hell out of everything. So yeah. All right. So next up, we are going to talk about some mechanics. So we have some mechanics
Fun
that
stuff.
are under the no-show tag. So we're just going to be talking about those. But
So I'm back.
yes, let's move back to the triple screen.
Sorry, my cats were being difficult.
Yes.
All four of them, but they're all sorted. So
Good.
let's keep going.
Good. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is all the map overlays, and that goes quite nicely into what I was talking about the Christmas stuff or Winter Festival stuff. So in SunnySide, there is a map, which is the main map that you guys go around, explore, and live in. There are additional little maps that get added to it based on what day it is in the year. So if it is the town festival for the Sakura Day, it has a different Cherry Blossom Day. I mean, same thing. Then there will be an event happening in town, so there will be a lot of decorations around that area. There will be decorations around the town. And that's how we are handling loading up a lot of events. And so many of you have been asking for so long about, are there town events in SunnySide? Too many. Way too many.
Way
Actually,
too many.
a concern of
Way too
mine
many.
was we had to reduce them on my request because the player was way too busy all the time. Essentially, let's put it this way. Every weekend, there was something happening. And I had to beg them to remove at least 1 week and just keep 1 week clear so nothing is happening. So every other week, you have the farmer's market where you can sell your produce and go look at stuff and stalls and everything. I was supposed to take pictures of these, by the way, and I haven't, and I cannot show them. So unfortunately, we cannot show them. No, can we not even show one? Maybe the Farmers Festival. I'm not gonna.
You can show. You can show Christmas.
I suppose you're right. Yep. Okay. Well, we'll open the engine.
I'm gonna allow.
Let it load, and I'm gonna continue with my explanations as it loads. Hopefully, my computer won't crash. By the way, while I'm doing this. Anyway, yeah. So every other week you have the farmers market, and then because we have 4 seasons in the game, and every season is 28 days, there is a seasonal event for every season. For instance, we have the drone festival in autumn, and we have the winter festival in winter, and then there's a summer festival. What?
It's not the drone festival.
Well, it's you guys call it the autumn festival. All right, it has drone racing as part of it.
It's just the autumn festival.
It is the autumn
you
festival.
happen to do some drone racing.
That's when you do your drone racing.
It's a festival where they get together and celebrate drones.
Yes, you've not seen the celebratory drone, the drone cutting. No, you don't celebrate drones. You just happen to drone race. So that's a yearly drone race, by the way. So you're gonna practice for that one when it happens.
Oh, that was great.
And then spring has a bunch because Cherry Blossom Day is a thing. It's actually a in Japan. It's like a week, right? I think
it's yeah.
So if
basically we have a lot of festivals.
Do have
like a lot of them, and we actually one of the things that we decided to do was we actually wanted to do Golden Week, which is the end of spring, beginning of summer in Japan, and it's like a whole week of festivals, like nonstop. And we decided we didn't want to do that specifically, but we did decide to do Golden Week, so we pared it down to 3. So the end of spring is actually 3 days of festivals. So there's a lot.
All right. Well, let's look at some engine stuff, shall we? Ooh. So here I am in SunnySide. It will be inevitable that you guys are going to see some new developments around the map because we're going to also talk about the lighting in the game. But I'm going to try to hide as much as I can so as to not spoil stuff. But the map has received a huge overhaul. Again,
I would actually say a few huge overhauls.
A few huge overhauls.
A few of them.
I'll let you talk about any if you want, but otherwise I'm just gonna show
for now just the Winter Festival.
Yeah. So
just for.
How about the decorations around Hana Garden as well?
No.
Well, everybody's seen Hana Gardens.
I don't care. I said just the one festival. Calm down.
All right.
You can't have your cake and eat it too. Okay. You gotta choose one.
All right.
You either get to eat your cake or not have the cake. That phrase never made any sense to me.
It's a weird
anyway.
So we will make it night because things look pretty at night in here, and we press the magical F11. So again, shout out to Liz and Laura for putting this whole thing together. But this is what you can expect, and I'm not gonna make it snowy because it's just gonna make things harder to see. But I'm gonna go around so you guys can see what you'll see for the Winter Festival. And there are Cape for literally, yeah. There are certain things you can do around when a festival happens. I mean, we have stalls, so you can expect to be able to shop around.
Oh yeah, Rainy, you're missing a whole level. You gotta put up the winter decorations level as well.
Ooh, do I?
It's both, yeah.
Understood.
Thanks, Laura.
Laura's like screaming, please show it properly.
Don't forget! Don't ruin it. Laura is the one who did this, and we gave her one tool. It's called a spline tool. If anybody knows what splines are, it basically lets you draw a line and then turn it into curves. We gave her one tool, and she went bananas, like literally just bonkers with it, and splined every single thing she could find on this map with lights.
Very true. Like, these deers were made by hand using the spline tool. Like, look at that. What do you think about that, Charles?
Yeah, right.
It makes me want to cry.
He's squirming, yeah.
You can work with it.
Do we have
they
the
look
chicken? Do we
fantastic.
have the chicken? We have the chicken.
Yeah, chicken's there.
Chimkin.
Chimkin. So yeah, very pretty, very nice. There's another game for scale.
More games.
I was testing the game the other day on Steam, and I was running around the town, and there were like 5 games following each other. It's because when you guys put down game for scale, can you please get the mesh and not the whole blueprint?
Yeah, you guys have a tendency of grabbing his actual character, and so he's just wandering all over the place now.
So many of them.
Yeah, we have to do some cleanup at some point.
Yeah. So this is the festival ground, essentially. This is where most of the festivals will take place, with some notable exceptions.
Yep.
And yeah, this is where the farmers market takes place. This is where the autumn festival takes place, and you guys just got a glimpse of what the winter festival looks like. Yeah, all good.
All right, stop showing stuff.
I will. Right, now, next up, we are going to be talking about what Charles did when he joined up into the project, and that is the animals. So the farm animals, you guys remember, they have received a bit of a change. Some of the stuff have remained the same. So, for instance, you can still build beds for your cows and have them assign them to those beds. You still need to feed them and water them every day, maybe multiple times. But now we have animals that can have shared habitats, shared homes, let's call it. So, again, I don't know how much I'm at liberty of talking here, so if you want to explain.
I can kind of. So yeah, there are certain things that I don't want to show or talk about because we're doing animals and animal coops and animal houses very, very different from any other farming game thus far. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong on that. But as far as what they look like, it's very different. And how, especially like how chicken beds work, is a little different. And so, and what we're feeding them is different.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's mostly what they look like, which is why I didn't really want them being shown, because I'm very proud of them. Ken worked really hard to modeling them. Charles worked really hard putting them together and making them functional. But essentially, when it comes to animals, we went a lot closer to real life across the board, as far as not just where they live and how they live, but also like how you get stuff from them. So like a lot of games, you kind of like walk up to it and press a button and like you get stuff, or maybe some games just like drop the stuff and then you go collect it. So we did it in a manner that's more realistic, and I also think really cool, and that takes up a lot more space.
Yes, so
I think that's all I really want to say.
I think I can say something.
It's also more visually interesting.
That is pretty funny, but it should give enough information to everybody. Is that when you milk your cows, you have a soundtrack playing.
Yeah.
Take what you will from that. That's the difference of SunnySide to other games. So, however you want to interpret
that's
that.
accurate. Yeah, it's not just a walk up, get stuff. It's there is some interaction. I'll even say there's a bit of a mini game involved. And so you actually have to work to get stuff from your animals. It's not just like, oh, they give me eggs every day. Well, the chickens do. But you know what I mean. So it's more fun. If you treat them well, yeah. It's more fun. It's more... Rin, you're not far off.
Shout out to Charles for actually making them.
Yeah.
The little mini games. And yeah, they're great, and you've done such a fantastic job with the animation. I can't wait for everybody to see it. There's some dynamic animations happening. You guys remember how janky it was when you would like milk or pet your cows or whatever? Because it was kind of hard to figure out where the player is aligned and supposed to go and all that jazz. And we have different sizes of animals. So Charles here, well, we had people who could animate and we had people who could program. We never had somebody who could do both. So that is such a, I would say, rare skill.
Great.
And it's so
Programming.
useful. Yeah.
Programinate.
So
Programinate.
useful.
And what's really cool, so you guys who played the alpha, you got to experience, like Rainy said, kind of the jankiness. And Rainy set some really great groundwork for animal AI and how the animals worked and how they interacted with stuff. And what Charles did is came in, and I don't think you like changed it. I don't even say you fixed it. I think you just like dialed it up to 11. Like
yeah, kind of just I'm gonna say the C word, consolidated.
Our favorite word.
A lot of the code base, and just sort of made some changes that are gonna make it easier to add more cool stuff in the future.
And I will say, Rin, and for everybody else, we're still working on cuddling with cows. We haven't made it happen yet. It's something I'm still pushing for. We haven't forgotten.
If it's gonna happen, Charles is gonna be doing it. So
it will be Charles, and Charles does have a task.
Experience.
Yeah, cuddling cows.
Cuddling cattle.
And I think you have a task still coming up for like petting. It's literally just a whole task that's like make petting happen. And so if we have time, trust me, we're gonna try because it's totally worth it. But yeah, so animals, chicken coops, other coops for other animals that aren't just chickens. Yeah,
perhaps.
I'm excited about it.
Okay, right. Next up, we have some cave stuff to go through. So this is the first time.
Wait, we just pause. We did say cave stuff. Like, I just want to like make a big deal about that.
Cave stuff.
We're gonna show you some cave stuff. Like literally cave stuff. It's quick, but
it is pretty quick, unfortunately. But it's fun. So we're in the caves. I have disabled all of our little guys around. But what we're gonna talk about today is a pretty short thing about the caves, and that's the minimap, because people have been wondering about how the hell does the minimap work in the caves. So if I open my map app, you can see that there's a cool visualization of the caves going on with this kind of cell shaded style. By the way, if anybody's wondering where I got the idea to do this kind of 3D style map, you will never guess it. It's Splinter Cell Chaos Theory.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That game.
It's crazy where you get inspiration from.
It's so random sometimes, yeah. So, but as you guys can see, some of the areas are hidden and I can't go to them. So let's move on to what we call a map download point. Hopefully I have disabled them, so they're just not going to attack me. So we're just gonna...
They're there but disabled, okay.
Move away.
I thought you hid them.
No, I just disabled them. Okay. We're gonna open this cave door, which we have shown before. These cave doors require certain gemstones to be opened, so we're gonna get the gemstone for this very specific gate. Barrier, I like to call them. I think it's carnelian for this one. Yeah.
Now everybody will know.
Well, there you go. Now you know the yellow ones are carnelian. So here it is.
Orange. It's not yellow, it's orange.
It's true, it's orange. It's will you let me go? So there's a map download point on the wall. These are stuff that you can interact with. We're gonna put these in places that are a bit harder to get to encourage you to explore or potentially solve environmental puzzles. Get to it somehow, essentially. So when you interact with this guy, and implementation has got to be a little bit janky in terms of visuals, but we'll polish them. So you interact with it. Sparky will say, hey, looks like a download point. Do you want me to use it? You say yes. Do your thing. He does a scanny scan. And he processes it. Interesting.
I love that.
And then he can display additional map data for us. And now we will have a new area discovered. And that's what I meant by the jankiness. It's rotated weirdly, but you get what I mean. So now I have this whole new area that I can explore, and I know what's going on. One thing is missing from the minimap right now, and that's the fact that all of the barriers, the gates, the cache points, and we even have campsites, which allow you to travel between different points in the caves. We're not that evil. We're going to let you fast travel between those points in the caves. Oh, they will appear on the minimap, so you can see what's happening, what's coming up. One big point of conflict, or not conflict, but consideration throughout the development has been the fact that this game, at its core, is a cozy game. So while we're adding all these elements to it, we want to make sure that the game still stays stress-free as much as possible. So we're going to give you a lot of convenience tools to mitigate that.
As literally as much as possible. That's been something that we've kind of come back to over and over again. It's like, let's do this really cool, crazy thing, and then kind of toning it down and be like, okay, but also, how do we make that accessible to people who aren't into battle and aren't into the fighting aspect of games? How do we make that part of it more accessible, more fun, more relaxed? And so it has been like a constant consideration and concern for us. And so, like he said, that's one of the things that we're going to do is give you places you can kind of like quick travel to make it so you don't have to run through the whole dang thing to get some copper or whatever. So
there is so much more to do with the caves, specifically this one app that I really want to click on, but I can't.
I'll murder you.
We will come back to it in another stream, I'm afraid. But this is one half of the whole battle system. Anyway.
Little taste for you guys. Just a little taste.
Yeah.
All
Okay,
right, so
well-
surprisingly, that was not actually even close to the big stuff. So now we're going to get into the really big stuff.
Now we're going to get into the really big stuff. True. Okay, so we need to open up our main map again, which is when you know things are getting serious.
I love all the like dev lines in the background.
Oh god, yeah. Look at that.
It just shows how
Kai's
crazy
nightmare.
these caves ended up being.
Big shout out to Kai for
Yeah.
putting the caves together.
Huge.
Fixing up their navigation, which is like how the dudes that we have go around or find their way. Yeah, so next up I'm going to talk about something pretty small, but pretty important. It actually changes the atmosphere of the game quite considerably. So, SunnySide's lighting has been a bane of my existence for the longest time.
Everybody's existence.
Yeah. Because there's always a contrast between a realistic looking landscape and a very stylized looking character. So, this is getting a lot more accepted recently, which is fantastic news for us. But also games such as Xenoblade Chronicles have always been doing stuff like this. So, I in the past tried to go for more, trying to make sure that the landscape actually matches the character. I've decided to not go with that and actually make the characters look as good as possible, but make sure that the lighting of the character and the lighting of the landscape and the world match. So that's exactly what we've done. But as part of that, we actually enabled something really cool for SunnySide, and that is the fact that in SunnySide now, the sun is simulated accurately to real life. And what I mean by that is the sunset and sunrise times are different based on the season. So during winter, the sun can come up much later in the morning, while during summer you can have the sun up a lot earlier and it doesn't go down until very late. It also changes the angle, so the lighting is a little bit different. So currently we are in spring, and if I move the time back so that it's in the morning, so if I go to 6 in the morning, this is what 6 in the morning looks like during spring. And if I go to the road, you can see all the road lights are on. Some of the lights in the houses are on. Gabe's main light is on. All the automatic lights around the world are on. Let me actually stay here because it's a pretty part of the map. And then this is what 6 looks like in spring. But if we move on to, let's say, if I can find the season section.
That's actually a great question. Does SunnySide adhere to daylight savings time? They're pulling real world information, right?
Yes, I think it does.
I think it does.
I think it does. Is being the key word. I think I need to grab this guy.
But you won't have to move your clock, so don't worry about that.
Yes.
Imagine that. Making players have to manually reset their clock.
That's
It's summertime. Move your clock.
Realism. It's realism. Other people won.
That'd be funny.
So yeah, this is what 6 in the morning looks like during spring, and this is what it would look like during summer. And I'm not moving the time at all. This is still 6 in the morning. I've just changed it to summer. And now we're going to autumn, which goes back down again, and then we can look at January, which is pretty much like nighttime at 6 in the morning. You might be wondering, however, what's the location for SunnySide then? Because if it is simulated, it must have a latitude and longitude on the Earth. and it is somewhere around the north of. Actually, it's in Hokkaido. It's somewhere in Hokkaido is where we put the coordinates for SunnySide. So there you go. Also, now to go back to all of everything that I was talking about is that if you look at the character now, you can see that his lighting actually matches the world. He's not bright. He's not glowing. And as we move the time forward, he starts to change his lighting. And this is such a small thing, but it now works. And our character doesn't look. It actually looks, cel
glowing anymore.
Animated. Yeah. Sorry for the naked character, by the way.
Yeah, something that people have been, I don't want to say complaining a lot, but people have been complaining a lot about is just the way that the character looks, especially compared to the other NPCs, compared to the landscape. And the reason is because we've gone through multiple iterations of making our character, and we've spent, the last 4 months, I think, updating the character creator. And so we couldn't really show that because it wasn't finished yet. And so now that we're kind of done with the update, and now you guys can kind of see we haven't forgotten. We know
this is the new character,
so.
But it's not doing it justice at all. We will get into all the details in just a minute here.
Yep.
So yeah. But before that, we are going
first.
to talk about what Charles has been doing. So, do you want to show the stuff yourself, or do you want me to show it?
I think it would be better if you did it, because my upload speed is very Australian.
Yeah. It's very Australian.
Yeah.
Sydney, can I drive around town?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to not go all the way to the beach because the roads are janky on the coastline.
Okay.
So stop before the festival grounds and then turn around.
Okay.
Also, don't go up near the area that Liz has been working on.
Yes.
So don't turn down that road, but
Understood.
you can show the new road and the new location for the thing.
Yes, I shall do that. All right. Well, I'm gonna get on the bicycle, and Charles, go ahead and give us all the info.
Well, this is a bicycle. I think some of you might be familiar with this mode of transport. But I mean, I'll just kind of talk about design.
Just one second.
Yeah, sorry. What were you?
I think the music of the game's too loud, so I'm gonna turn that down.
Yep.
Sorry, Matt. We love your music, but it's just loud.
Crappy roads, more realism. That's it. That's right. Potholes.
I also need to fix the road situation and drop them a little bit so you can actually get onto the roads. You might have to jump.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think.
Or you can do what I do and just go through the river.
I could do that. Right. I would say that the roads have just been placed down and their collision's a bit janky. So that's why weird stuff happens.
Yeah.
Spot.
Yeah, you might have to bunny hop on.
Oh my god. What is going on? Should I just
go through the river? Just go through the river.
Is it maybe using complex collision or something that it
I think it is using complex collision. Yeah. You are
maybe see if you can set that to
Charles,
simple.
you just died for me, by the way, on the camera.
Can you hear my voice?
Fine on my end.
Yeah, can hear
you.
You're fine for
I can
me.
still see my.
Yeah.
It's like some cursed glitchiness.
Yeah, let's see if we
I'll
can.
turn it off.
There we go.
Oh wait, no. Am I?
Oh, you're on the other side now.
Sorry.
Put it back. Oh no! Oh god!
Well, Charles.
It's not a RainyGames stream until.
Hello. I believe I'm back. Hello.
Hello. Yes.
It's morning now. Look at the light. Anyway, sorry.
All right, we're good.
That's great.
All right, collision.
What are you doing? Are you fixing the collision now?
Yeah, I just did it.
Nice. Fantastic.
All right, I shall.
Australian creepypasta. That's right. Australian
creepy.
Yeah, so hopefully that fixes it. Just disclaimer. I just want everyone to know this isn't my fault. Okay.
No, truly it isn't. Yeah. All right. Gonna zoom to the bike.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start riding it.
Anyway, I'll do a bit of talking about the vehicles.
Oh my
But
God.
basically, they're all
Oh.
physically simulated to some degree. So they do handle a bit more. You have to be careful, with the moped and the bicycle and stuff. But I kind of want to find a balance between. Wait, is it gonna? Rainy?
I'm trying. Okay, the roads are just freshly placed, so.
Go through the river.
All right.
What is going on there?
Fine.
Can you
Can I bunny hop onto it?
Can you
No.
I crashed.
console command show collision?
Oh, okay. Nice.
Or
Good.
use the player collision view mode?
I think we're
I
good.
feel like there is
Oh God.
very odd going.
What's funny, Charles, is he watched me struggle with this yesterday, and then
Yeah.
he's still convinced
And
that
I
it's
did.
okay.
I did. You know what we will do? We will go to my test map, and then we'll do.
Just
See,
go
that-
through the
yeah.
river. Just go through the river.
But I think
That's all you have to do.
it still does it no matter.
No, it'll still no. It's
just-
better on the other side.
Just listen. Just
There you go.
maybe just disable the collision on the road entirely for now.
There we go. All right. I shall.
It's actually
drive.
it's fine everywhere else. It's just right there by the farm.
Yeah.
changed.
It's just the new roads apparently.
Ooh,
Go nice and gently through the river.
okay.
You'll be fine.
we're good.
Anyway.
You were saying.
So the vehicles, they have a very fine balance between handling kind of how you would expect them to handle in real life and also being sort of more accessible, because obviously not everyone is like a driving simulation fanatic, but you can still have a lot of fun with them. I didn't want it to be too
Rainy, you can't go
like
that
on
way.
rails in a way.
You can't go that way.
If you are feeling daring, you can get some sweet airtime. There's also like air control, so if you do accidentally, end up in the air, you can correct it. It's pretty intuitive. It's just WASD on keyboard, and I think Rainy's set it to be what is it on controller? Like the triggers.
It's just a left stick. So you use the triggers to move forward and backward, and then the left stick is for the air control, and then steering. Yeah.
That makes sense. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. You can also use the bike to bunny hop. So I'm keen to see what kind of out of bounds areas people are going to be able to access doing that.
Chaos. So Rainy,
speedrun strats.
what I'm gonna have you do is get off the bike and get on the moped.
Yes.
Go through the river, and then when you get to Gabe's, get on the road, and then you can keep going.
All right.
It works. I did it last night. I promise.
Also, while Charles did all this cool shit with the vehicle, I take credit for the UI, as well as adding indicators, because that's important.
Yeah.
Just go slow. Oh
So
my
just-
god, go slow.
All right. It's just that, and then get on the road.
Get on the road, and then you can keep going.
Oh, it's a very bumpy road. Hey, no, you're right. I can't just keep on going.
I just replaced all the roads
that-
in town, which is why they're struggling
That's
so
why
much.
we're struggling today.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Any extra stuff about the moped? Should I go through it?
I mean, it's basically the bike, but faster and heavier.
is.
It's more
Ooh.
capable of power sliding.
It is. I have some info about it. So as you guys might have noticed, and we said this like a long time ago when we actually were talking about confirming vehicles at all. It's the fact that there's a battery indicator in there. All the vehicles in SunnySide that you own, that the player owns, are electric.
Turn right. Stop.
So
Stop.
no, it's fine. I was planning it. So
Stressing me off.
the farm comes with, or at some point in the game, you can build a garage in your farm, or a vehicle shed as we call it. And then anytime you purchase a vehicle, and you can have one of each type, the moped or the bicycle, or the K car that will be added soon, it will go into your vehicle shed. And you need to, it'll essentially use the generated electricity on your farm to charge up your vehicle. So you need to have solar panels, you need to have whatever means of generating electricity that we give you on your farm so you can charge up your vehicles either throughout the day or overnight. Either works. And yeah, that's then how you can actually use them. They use battery and it kind of goes through the day. Each vehicle also comes with an inventory, so it's kind of part of the whole gameplay loop. Because in SunnySide we don't allow you to mill your own flour, or you need to go around town a lot throughout the day with a lot of items. Having a vehicle kind of becomes almost a necessity. So the fact that you can load up a vehicle and then go around town and do what you need to do your shopping, put on some orders and whatnot, and then just go back to your farm at the end of the day is so much fun. And if you played the alpha, you remember how painful it was to walk around, run around everywhere. Yep, you don't need to anymore. It's just great.
Are you gonna? Oh, there we go. Got your test map going.
Oh yeah, Charles has a test map going.
Do some acrobatics on
should
the
I
moped
show up your stream
while you're being a bit scenic? Actually, I do. you said something about the K car.
Oh god! Hold on. I need to switch to you. 1 sec.
Would you like to see Rainy? How it's coming along?
Let's see some fresh out of the oven, huh?
I'm okay with that.
Something that.
All right, we're gonna lose Sydney for a moment while I move the screen over here.
Rude.
Right, go ahead.
All right, so I just finished the animations for this not long ago. Oh, you've got me on full screen. How nice. So, obviously, it needs a retexture because we've modified it very heavily. But I'll show you how it handles.
Damn, that door opening and everything. When did you
and
do that?
sliding over. I love it. Good job, man.
Cheers. But yeah, it has some advantages and disadvantages over the other vehicles. Obviously, it is faster. You can't fall off of it, which is fantastic. And obviously, there's the pickup bed, so the inventory is going to be gigantinormous. I can get some sweet drift if we. Oh, yeah, nice. But yeah, it does feel. It feels very. It's not too heavy, but it feels good. I mean, it just feels good. You'll have to use it yourself.
You need to push this. I want to try it.
Yeah, I will.
I'm okay with it going faster though.
My God.
Yeah, we can make it go as fast.
It doesn't explode anymore.
Faster than the moped.
That's right. The wheels don't fall off when we crash it.
That was so
you can still tip it over though, so that is a consideration. You have to have some level of care. But yeah, I think we'll up the because obviously it's an electronic vehicle, so we will up the acceleration of it just so it feels a bit more.
You even done the steering animation and everything.
A bit more zippy.
Damn.
Yeah. We're steering. Just using some IK for the.
Not that I don't want you guys to continue having fun with the vehicles, but we are on 2 hours almost now, and we still have a huge thing to show off. So, I want to move on to the next giant thing.
Let us move on to the next giant thing. Let me fix.
But
Discord.
I will say, holy crap, Charles! It's just so you guys know, he's done the bike, the moped, the car. This is all him, with a little UI help from Rainy. And it's one of the things that was promised in the Kickstarter, and we're finally delivering it, and it's honestly just really exciting.
That's the main thing, though, is that it's been something that we discussed from start. I remember the second video Dr. D-Dub made about SunnySide had the stuff about moped and K-car in it, and the fact that it's finally here and it's looking great, and and I think I'm glad you guys are liking it. It's really fun. It's really fun to drive.
It is fun.
It's almost too much fun. I've lost many development hours just doodling around.
Oh, one more cool thing that I forgot to mention about it. So, as with many other things in Sunnyside, your vehicles come with an app, and the app allows you to obviously monitor the electricity on it and everything, just like a normal EV would. But you can also summon your vehicles anywhere you want. So you can summon. Currently, the idea is that you can summon your bicycle anywhere, kind of like your horse in Zelda situation. But the moped and the K car, they only get summoned to the nearest road close to you. So essentially that makes the bicycle kind of like an all-round good solution for anything, because it's also you can do acrobatics on it. But the moped and the K car are more, higher speed, higher capacity in how much you can load into it and all that stuff. So yeah, we have come a long way from screenshot is something from Google. Yes, absolutely.
To explain what a K car is.
More accurate. All right, so now we are going to be talking about something that everybody's been waiting for to see for a long time.
Just so you guys know, this is the big thing. So if I always do these little announcements. If you have our stream running in the background, or you're just kind of listening to for the moment, now's the moment. So if you're just kind of paying attention, now is the time to actually pay attention. We have something really freaking cool to show you guys. So
yes. So
continue.
Everybody's been waiting for the new character model. It's done. We showed it to you guys, but you guys haven't seen it through the eyes of how it's going to be played in the game for the first time. So with all of that set up, we are going to be looking at the Character Creator 2.0 today. So let me make sure that I put this in the Character Creator demo mode. I don't know how well that's gonna work, so if something goes wrong, we'll all be here for it and test it on the fly. I'm just gonna have to.
It's not RainyGames with that little jank.
True. It's not game development without a little jank.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, so let's not look at the headless people, and let's press Alt P, which just plays the game. So we are looking at the new character creator now. There is a character that's supposed to be walking there. If there's a bug, I don't know why they don't appear, but here they are. They're a bit lost because engine. But here we go.
It always works worse in engine than actually when we package it.
It does. I'm gonna actually enable the music a little bit so you guys can just get some goodness, because we have a new soundtrack as well for this whole thing. So yeah, you're looking at the new character kit. So let me actually launch that again, because now that it's done it once, it would run better. Go store, yes. So currently, where we are is we're in a cafe in Higashi, and that's the first place your character visits when they get to Higashi. I'm not gonna get too in detail about what's going on there, because that goes into the story.
Because I will poke him.
But this is in the cafe. You can treat this like the Skyrim getting out of wagon and changing up your character situation. Everybody in the cafe sitting, looking at you, change your face and everything. So we go through it one by one. So this is why it's gonna take a bit longer. But as you can see, we have a lot more options already to do with the face, and so many things have gone from being checkboxes and ticks to actual sliders. We have changed everything as much as we could to sliders rather than checkboxes, and it gives you guys a lot more control, and honestly it's easier to implement.
I do also want to note, and this is something that we talked about with Character Creator 1.0, was that we still have an art style to maintain. So we didn't put in a ton of crazy, options. It's about working within the confines still of the anime art style and making sure it looks good. So just kind of keep that in mind, really.
The skin tone texture's taking minutes to load because I'm in engine again. So don't worry about that. I just wanted to show. Sorry, Sydney, go ahead.
No, that was it. It's mostly just I don't even know how to explain it. We're not gonna have. It's not Sims. It's not a Sims character creator where you can do all these crazy, like alien type different. We still want it to be an anime character. We still want it to make sense for the anime environment. So you're making an anime character, and so there are going to be some small limitations. And I just want people to kind of keep that in mind when they're doing this. So
one little shout out that I like to give to Alan for the textures is that as you change the skin tone, you're not just coloring the skin. It's actually the texture on the lips start changing, the shine on the skin starts changing, and I think we have gone a pretty nice range. A lot of people wanted like color selection for the skin tone, and the reason we didn't do that specifically is because we lose control then over the shading to make sure it looks correct. And so especially when you start getting into the darker skin tones, if we then have like our regular overlay and lighting and stuff, it ends up looking really bad. And so it was better for us, we thought, and really for you guys, to kind of select the skin tone and have it be cut, like curated a specific way so it looks good. And then over time, we're going to keep adding more in between that spectrum. So we kind of went from like lightest to darkest, some stuff in between, and we're going to keep filling in those in-betweens, so you guys will continue to have more options. But for base game, this will be it. Alright, let's move on to the skin detail. So you have 2 slots for your skin detail, so I can have a beauty mark over there, and then I can put some freckles on as well if I want to. They just kind of append to each other. There you go, like that. And then we go on to the hair. So this is the fun part, and again, Charles is going to come in here again with some of the work that he's done. We installed a really cool plugin called Kawaii Physics, and Shin Megami Tensei uses the same plugin for how they handle a lot of physics in the game. And if you guys remember from the alpha, the hair used to look terrible because we used something called Cloth Sim for hair. As the name suggests, it's supposed to be used for clothing and not hair. So it didn't look great. It just lost the shape of the hair. So now... and some of these, I think Sydney said they still want to adjust a little bit with how bouncy it is. But I love it. I think the bounciness is fantastic, actually. So if you look at these space buns, they jiggle so nicely. And the sides as well. Like, I just like to take a moment to appreciate some of this jiggle physics. Which, I mean,
the right
technically
jiggle
it
physics.
is the right jiggle physics.
Right.
This one, a favorite.
That one's Rainy's favorite. Yeah, do the ponytail. For some
ponytail's
reason,
the
Icon is
craziest
bald. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't load, but look at that one.
Yeah. So if you guys remember, this ponytail used to be like 6 ribbons, just like flailing around behind you. This is the same model. It's just better. It's just way
So
better
much
now.
better.
So you actually get a really cute ponytail.
And yes, we do have a lot new hairstyles.
A few more hairstyles, yeah.
And the
Few new
color
ones.
works a lot better. As you guys can see, we have a new color panel here. I actually programmed this color slider thingy from scratch because the one that we got from the store was terrible. So you have a lot more control, and it's just so much more intuitive to use. As well as that, we know a lot of people are not fans of selecting color like this, so you still have the option to use a swatch, but we give you a bunch of different swatches to choose from. So if you want pastel colors, you can choose pastel colors. So I can do a crazy one, like I can do a red and a blue, and it works fine just like it did before, but the options are just so much nicer. And yes, we added a natural color section too if you want to go with more natural colors like this.
It's something that I bake you guys for.
But
Because
some of
I
these
hate it.
are so subtle. Look at that.
I hate it in character creators in games when you like go to do hair, and I'm not into crazy hair colors. I just want my regular like ugly brown hair. But you have to like try to find it on the color wheel, and it's if you don't know how to mix colors, it's really hard to figure out. And so I told them, I was like, please guys, for the love of God, give me like just a natural hair color selection palette for people to start with if they want it. And I'm so glad you guys did it because it looks great.
Alright, well, this is my character, so I'm going to choose my favorite hair, which is this. And that is actually a very nice color. Love that.
Good color.
Yeah.
And the freckles are cute. Definitely leave the freckles. But do show the beards because...
I shall.
Yeah.
So, we have eyebrows. Many different options for eyebrows. Some crazy ones. You can change the color of her too, obviously, independent of the hair. And then, yes, we do have some beard. The texture for the beard was just recently updated, but in this version, I haven't updated it. But if I start applying them, yeah, there you go. We have some beards. Some
There will be a few more added.
There'll be a few more added.
Yeah.
And yes, you can add beards regardless of your gender because there is no gender selection in the game anyway. We will get to that in just a second. That's a fun one.
Do whatever you want.
Okay.
Go crazy.
So, now, this
Just a
section...
question for
Yeah.
you. I was just going to ask, are we going to have any like long beards that we can add some jiggle to?
I don't think we're gonna go as long as you're thinking, at least not
Okay.
for a while. I don't have any of those planned.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're thinking of. Not yet, but as soon as because I've already kind of budgeted out what we have time for before we release.
Yeah.
And so after release, when we start adding more through DLCs and stuff, that's when we'll get to it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Zetsumi, really good question. We don't have a glossiness because the gloss is actually part of the texture itself.
That's the
so
anime style, yeah.
That'll be pretty hard to add, so that's just your game dev answer. This one is about the face shape. We have a bunch of different ones that you can choose from.
Eyes, yeah.
Eyes and stuff. I quite like this one actually. But
a good one.
It also comes with eyelashes. So every different one has a selection of eyelashes that you can go through. So this one is just so Persona. I'm gonna go with this one. And we move on to the last section in the face category or the upper body category. And it's accessories. Yes, I mean lots of viewers asked for accessories before, so here they are. I have a necklace that I have a bunch of necklaces, or just 2 of them for now. We have more coming.
It's 2 for now.
That you can put on. I have not let you color change them. You will be able to, trust me.
Everything's just metal right now.
Glasses, I'm a fan, but this one I have actually connected up, so you can actually control the glass itself with how opaque it is or not, as well as the fact that you can also change the color of the frame. Obviously, that's a given. So I'm gonna keep these glasses on too.
Go through all of them. Go through a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. I was like, no, show them all. There's a whole bunch of them.
There's quite a lot.
Yeah, I think Alan just kind of like did them, and he did a great job. He did a
This
nice
was
little
Ken,
flush.
I think, actually, wasn't he?
Was it Ken? I don't know. It was
think
somebody
it
on
was
our team
Ken.
who's amazing, and the whole team is amazing, so it's really hard to keep track.
True. Alright, let's just make this frame black. And then the lovely part of piercings. So we are giving you 3 slots for piercings.
So many piercings.
I hear you. It is very difficult to see the piercing from the thumbnail. We're still working on a solution on that. And it's also pretty hard to see with this hairstyle. So I'm just going to take the hair off for just a moment while we look at the piercings. So it comes with piercings from lip, region, and then it goes up to the ears. Obviously left ear and right ear, they all have piercings. You have some near the eyebrow, you have some in the nose. You can have piercings anywhere and everywhere.
We're gonna work on the thumbnail situation, like you said, so don't worry.
Yeah. So, and as I said, you can have up to 3 different slots for them. So, I just put that one on, and that one on, in different slots. I'm gonna keep this one, but I'm gonna take these 2 other ones out for now. Yep. And we put our hair back.
Alright.
Cool.
He's
All
so
right,
cute.
let's move on to the body.
Yeah.
And the music's gonna kick up because I love that feature so much from before. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna turn the music up a little bit more so you guys can hear it a little bit better. Right. So we're gonna be talking about the topic of the body. So previously we had a feminine to masculine body type selection. We have now broken this up quite a bit. So, you know, you have a chest that goes from a masculine to a feminine, you have hips that go masculine to feminine, and then you have like legs and arms, and those are muscle actually. So just the hips and the chest pretty much. And you can actually control all of these independently. And nowhere in the code, nowhere in the game, we are keeping track of any gender value for your body. Your body is completely independent of the whole sexuality part of the game. so you can just make it however you like.
Just make a body. We don't really care about
We
anything
don't.
else. Just make a body. Do whatever you want. We tried to give you as much spectrum as we could. If you guys are in our Discord, then you saw us do some polls about this and what was more important. And we could have gone a little bit crazier with the body slider selections. We didn't because we wanted to have the ability to add more clothing options. And it was kind of a not really one or the other, but it was, we're going to have to limit one of them. And so in order to do what we're going to show you next, we had to go a little bit easy on the body slider situation. So it's not crazy, but there is definitely an obvious like masculine to feminine and like everything in between. So Rainy, if you want to show that, just like full feminine and then full masculine and then just kind of everything.
Yeah. So I'll put like that. These two are independent because that's just muscle. But this would be, so to speak, a feminine body. We actually didn't want to add bras either because we don't have like nipples in the game. But it's an ESRB thing, like sort of a rating thing. So we had to have bras appear after a certain point. That part is really not up to us, unfortunately.
This wasn't our choice, guys. Unfortunately, it was something we were kind of forced into.
So that's that, and then you can go for a lot more masculine look if you, I guess, move these that way, like that.
Yeah. And then you can also on the face, you can square out the jaw, you can change the eye shape, you can do the right hair. And so one of the problems with our original one is that even on the more masculine end, it was still looking very feminine. And so we tried to make it a little bit more masculine looking kind of in general. I also do just want to say, sorry, we tried so hard to have a body fat slider to be able to change your weight, and the amount of trouble it caused us in making the clothing work, we just couldn't do it. So we tried. If we wanted to actually make it work, honestly, it probably would have added another 6 months to development, like no joke. And so we're sorry. We really tried our best. The best we could do was just kind of giving you the muscle sliders so you could add a little bit of thickness. But even that started causing some wonkiness. So we tried our best. Hopefully it's still okay and you guys love it. But we're really proud of it. So yeah, and now Rainy's showing the clothing, which is kind of what I was talking about. We had a couple different options of things that we can do. And because you guys wanted a lot of clothing customizability, we decided to go for full layering. So that means that the shirt, the pants, the jacket, the shoes are all layerable. So you can choose your shirt, you can choose your jacket, you can choose your pants, and you can mix and match them and create outfits on your own. Whereas if we had gone for a more complicated body style, with the clothing, we would have had to just give you outfits, where it's everything so that you couldn't mix and match. And we decided that that mix and matching was way more important than having a couple other things on the body creation side. So this is what you guys got. This is the result. You can change your shirt, you can change the colors. It's so customizable and you have the ability to do so much. There's only a little bit in here right now. We're not going to be adding more for a while, and we're not going to have a ton of clothing options in the base game, but I can promise right now we're going to be adding all the time, constantly. So even after release, we're going to keep adding clothing. So don't worry about that. So not a ton to begin with, but there will be more over.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I've been really distracted making this really cool looking jacket. So I'm done. Although I'm actually gonna take that off. Let's just keep it like that.
The thickening.
I am almost done making this character because there's one other cool thing happening at the end. All right,
there will
and
be
then
more shoes, I promise.
Oh yeah, we have accessories. These are cool. So if I take the trousers off, we also have fishnets as well as what do you call this?
It's not Japan without some stockings.
Yeah, and you
socks.
can just have normal socks too. So that's yeah, we haven't made them colorable just yet.
Where are my thigh highs?
The thigh highs.
And to answer Vincent your question, you will be able to buy clothes. So what you're seeing in Character Creator now is probably everything that's going to be in it. And then we do have a clothing store in game where you'll be able to go and buy more clothing. So there's also a hairstylist in game so that you can go and get new and more hairstyles outside of Character Creator. So this is the beginning, and then as you play through, you'll have more options.
So everybody asked, where's the new character model? Here's the new character model. Hope you guys like it.
We did it.
Took a while, and we're pretty proud of it. I hope you guys like it too. So now that we're done with the character, I'm gonna press OK, and I go into a camera mode. So, yeah, I guess we're gonna talk about this later. But you now need to take a photo for your profile in Squirrel. And Sydney, this goes hand in hand with.
I know.
So we gotta have to do it before I can continue.
Go ahead.
All right. So here's the big announcement for you guys. What a nice backdrop to give the announcement to.
This is it. Again, if you guys have just been listening, and I know I was teasing a big announcement, this is the announcement.
So
go for it.
Nice face. The announcement is we are releasing a demo before New Year of the character creator. It's going to be a free demo on Steam. Anybody can download it. And we wanted you guys to just have something to play, a part of the game that was already fully done and polished and stuff. So we are going to be releasing the demo before the new year, and we are going to keep adding more content to it while it's live. So in the next couple of days, you guys will be able to jump in yourselves, and there's some more stuff that's coming with it. So that'll be fun. You guys can enjoy that. Very much so, hopefully. So now, why did we have to do that announcement before I can continue? Because, well, first of all, we added face filters because, it's 2022.
I thought we weren't going to do that.
Well,
we weren't, and then it just happened,
okay.
and now I can't argue with it anymore. So
it looks good. It looks fantastic.
So when you go into the character creator demo that you guys can get from Steam, then you will get to this screen, which it will give you a nice little card. You will go ahead and put in your name. So I'm going to put in just some random name from my weebness. We'll do Sakamoto. And then I'll just do Rainy. First is great, but I'm going to do 13th. And then here's a cool bio. And then when you press OK, you are prompted to select somewhere to save this. I'm just going to select my desktop, and then it's going to save that character's desktop. Now, why is any of this important? Because we are going to be making a channel on Discord that allows you guys to share these characters with each other. And even more importantly, now that that character is saved, if I completely close this and reopen it, then I will be able to do something pretty cool. That was the most anime name ever. So you can click on this little button here, and then it will open up a prompt for you. Now you can go ahead and open up the ccprofile.dat, and then you click open, and there it is. This will stay in the final game too. So essentially the idea is that you get the demo, you create your character, you save it somewhere, you share it with people, and then once the game comes out, you can actually just import it and start from there.
And go.
One other cool thing that happens, and we encourage you guys to do it, is that wherever you save your file, it essentially gives you a nice little folder. You have your save file that you can share with people, but alongside it, we give you an image file with the card that you just saved. We encourage you to share this on socials.
Everywhere.
We are making a hashtag for it. We will announce the hashtag when it comes out. But also in the channel that we are going to be making specifically to share these, please do share the photo as well, so you can help people choose. One thing I forgot to mention is that you can also switch the camera to be on a full body view because you want to show the full look if you like, and you can still put on filters and stuff within that look too, and it still shows up there. So there you go. That was the big announcement. Hope you guys enjoy it. we worked really hard on it to make sure that it's fun and it's exciting. But, we essentially the idea came from when we look at alpha, and then we realized that people spend way too much time on the character creator. So we're like, hey, we could just release this as a demo and let people get in and make some characters and enjoy some part of the game that is going to stay with them before the game's fully out.
So a couple business housekeeping things. We don't have an actual official release date yet. We're still going through some QA because we want it to be like really good for you guys when you get it.
That's all that is left, by the way, is just the QA.
Yeah, we're QAing it. So we've been told it will be before the end of the year. So it'll be kind of a Christmas-ish present. We also, I have to how do I phrase this? For everybody who has backed the game, who's been with us to this point, who backed us on Kickstarter, who pre-ordered and did early access to the game, we haven't forgotten about you. We still love you. And I don't ever want this to feel like we're sliding you guys by giving public access to something before you guys get a treat. So, alongside this, we're also going to be releasing an MVP for everybody who has signed up for it. If you haven't signed up for it, you need to go sign up for it, right now, if you want to be part of this. So that you guys who want to will get closed access, so under NDA and all that stuff, but closed access to test the game. And so that's also going through QA right now too. So it might be a little delayed after the demo because we want to, again, make sure it's good and you guys are ready for it and everything's set up and it all works. But I've been kind of saying it's coming soon, it's coming soon, it's coming soon. It's coming really soon now. So we're putting it all together. This is all that Rainy has been doing and for last week. And also big shout out to Laura, who kind of designed the UI for the character creator. She implemented a lot of it. So just want to huge shout out to her. Yeah. Also shout out to Charles for rigging all the hair and putting all the bouncy physics on the hair and stuff. So it's been a huge team effort. Also, Alan modeling all of the clothes that were designed by Andy, our awesome fashion designer. And then, Ken had to go and rig the clothing. So it's everybody on the team has touched this at some point in some way. And we're really proud of it, really excited about it. And we're really excited to share it with you guys. But we also want to make sure that MVP is getting, and our backers are getting a little love too. So a little something for everybody. If you want to test the game and weren't a backer, gotta sign up for MVP. I'm pretty sure you can still sign up for it. We haven't gotten full confirmation, but the link is floating around out there. It's on Steam. Go find the MVP link on Steam. It was in one of our announcements. Go sign up. Just come play the game. It's not finished, obviously, but we want to give you guys as much as we can before the end of the year.
And while Sydney made it pretty clear, I'd like to just repeat quickly that the free demo will only allow you to do the character creator, and once you're done, you just have to go back to the main menu, go back to your character and make another one. But the MVP people will just kind of go past that point and get to actually run around and hopefully drive all the vehicles.
And hopefully drive all the vehicles.
That's probably all you guys are going to do, pretty much. At this point, I haven't done any farming in the farming sim SunnySide. That's it's just such an afterthought for me at this point.
And jumping just over so you guys,
so just so you guys know, the MVP, as far as what you guys are going to have access to, we haven't fully put it together yet. It's probably going to be similar to the alpha, but with all of the story yanked out. So there won't be any quest progression. Yeah, it's going to be full sandbox mode, which means that you will have access to some of the later game stuff without having to go through the whole game. So just be mindful of that, I guess.
It's been such a headache for us because as soon as we want to QA something, we can't QA it fully because we're like, oh, but this unlocks through this guy's story or this comes through this guy's story. So, and we haven't done that yet. So
we're in this weird position. We're in this weird position where the story has to be the last thing that gets implemented, which is so not the best way to make a game. But farm sims, whatever. But yeah, so that was our huge announcement. There's a tiny announcement in that we've been talking with production at Merge and discussing as much as we possibly can. And we have pretty much decided, like 90% certain, there will be a beta for people to play. We don't have a date, obviously. We're at least a few months out from it still. But just kind of a reminder again to everybody who bought early access, you will be getting it in the form of a beta that you guys will have access to that you can play before we launch the game. So we haven't forgotten about you. We love you guys. We also haven't forgotten about all of our like contest winners. So you haven't heard from us. We know we've obviously been very busy, but you will hear from us. We haven't forgotten about you. So just kind of more reminders, I guess. But yeah, I think that's kind of it. I've been completely ignoring chat. So
I've been really good. There was one question about the demo being available on Mac. Unfortunately, everything that we've been doing has been for PC. There are some Windows only stuff that are happening right now with exporting your character, saving it essentially, and then importing it again. So unfortunately, it's just gonna have to be PC for now. PC probably for a while until we figure out a solution for Mac, because we have nobody in the team that knows how to make a game for Mac. Yeah. Unless Steve
it's not it's not as easy as like, oh, we're making it on PC, so that obviously covers Macs. It's basically a porting thing. You have to port it, and we just don't have the ability to do that right now. Maybe one day, but it's not in the cards for now.
All right. Well, any questions for the QA channel?
Yeah, I'm reading. There was nothing in the Q&A channel, but I'm reading through some of these. People calling it Truck-kun. I like that. Yeah, I'm also really excited to see what people come up with in terms of characters and stuff. I think that's it. If you guys do have any quick questions, go ahead and throw them in there.
Zetsumi asked about uploading the montage as a standalone video.
Yeah, oh yeah, I saw that. You're right. Obviously, like we have to. We did it last year with the Christmas one, so I think we can definitely do it this year. And then the Christmas opener and the cute little tribute that you did, we'll do both of them. So yeah, we'll definitely upload them.
Okay.
Character creator, yeah, so the free demo will be streamable. MVP will not be. When you sign up for MVP, you basically agree to an NDA. So you can't stream that stuff. But the demo's out. Yeah, the demo will be, anybody can go and do whatever they want. It's totally public. Share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, share it on TikTok, share it with your cats. Share it with everybody. Yeah, we're really excited. I always I feel like it kind of like lulls out right here. It gets boring, but I want to like give people the opportunity to ask questions. So I don't think anybody has any questions. We'll just watch Charles play with his cat while we wait for people to ask us questions, if anybody has any.
And if you guys don't have questions, you don't have to come up with any.
No.
We don't want to keep you guys. Also, I just want to give a shout out to all the viewers. We've been like pretty much hard stuck about 95 viewers for the entirety of the stream, so we had very little fall off. It's been great. Thank you guys for sticking with us. Yeah.
Oh, that's actually a great question. What is the cat's name?
This one's Lady Cat. Both a lady and a cat.
Oh, it's like naming your dog DOG.
Yeah, well, the others are named Boy Cat, Girl Cat, and Mr. Cat, who is a stray cat that I've been taming for the past 2 years.
Mr. Cat's definitely my favorite.
Mr. Cat is good.
He's nice. He's nice.
You guys are so funny. We're not going to tell you when releases. We can't. I wish I could. I could literally be sued.
Here's the thing.
I can't tell you that.
Here's the thing. We share as much as we can during the streams.
Yeah.
So if you kind of look at everything that we've shared so far, you do get a pretty good estimate yourself for where the game is in terms of coming out.
How close we are.
Yeah. And
yeah.
I mean, I can definitely say, and it's just like it goes without saying, we're closer than we've ever been. Duh.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What the other thing we are allowed to say is that it will be next year. So it will be 2023. That's about all we can say. Do we know? Yes. Are we allowed to say no? Because marketing exists, which is always my excuse for stuff. There's also a quick question: will the vehicles, will we be able to change the paint? No. It's something we've talked about. We tried to make them as neutral as possible, so I think we're going for like black or white. It's going to take some programming that we don't have time to schedule in, but after release for sure. That's like one of the first things we want to do. No.
What?
I don't want to get in trouble. I see you guys forget that I can see you. It's not that we're in a room and you guys are just. They like getting me in trouble.
We do.
Solid maybe.
They're solid. No, I don't want to get anybody's hopes up.
You know what's a solid no though? Unfortunately, Kenny Pet's right with you in your car.
No, that's also solid no.
Love to do it, but for release we definitely can't do it. Yeah. There's potential for it to come later though, because I love to do it myself. At least Charles could do it actually.
I'm sorry, I'm reading some of these goofy things that people are saying. But yeah, I think that's everything. I hope you guys are excited. Yeah, that's seriously what it is. These programmers are always plotting behind my back.
All right. Well,
all the stuff they're gonna do.
You can follow us on Twitter. Play SunnySide. Join Discord if you haven't. Join
the Discord.
Yes, that is the place to be if you want to get the news about the demo and all the other good stuff. If you want to join the MVP program, this is the last call. If you haven't, you can do it through. If you look through our Steam updates, there is one that has the link inside of it, and then you can go ahead and sign up through there. And if you haven't wishlist SunnySide, you can do that. Just Google SunnySide Steam, and then the first thing that pops up, you can go ahead and wishlist us. We really, really appreciate all of it. Share it with friends and family. And we will see you next time in Discord with all the cool character creations that you guys have.
And there's going to be a new Spot the Game as soon as we go down. So if you're not on Discord, go over to Discord, go play Spot the Game. It'll be fun.
All right. Well, you'll have a great rest of your day. See you all later. Bye-bye.
Bye.